Tonight, Action News Investigates has learned the city of Pittsburgh built a dock on private property without asking the property owner permission.
That decision is now costing taxpayers thousands of dollars, and it could cost them the dock as well. Investigative reporter Paul Van Osdol here with more. Paul.
Well, imagine if you owned this property next to one of the three rivers and someone just decided to build a fishing dock there. No permits, no permission of any kind. Well, that's exactly what the city of Pittsburgh did there along the Ohio River. And now it's costing taxpayers $40,000. The dock on Pittsburgh's north side looks like a park.
It's relaxing. I just come down here and get away from everything.
There are even signs saying it is a park. 8 years ago, it was dedicated by then-Mayor Ravenstahl in honor of his predecessor, the late Bob O'Connor.
We dedicate a dock each and every year, and what better year to dedicate one to Mayor O'Connor than this year.
But real estate records show this is not a public park. It's actually private property. One of the owners is Ken Kupek. When you found out that the city had done this, had built something on your property without even asking you, what was your reaction?
I was angry.
In January 2009, fire destroyed a business owned by Kupek and his brother. So they tried to sell the property, and that's when they learned the city had built the dock on their land. But Kupek could not get the Ravenstahl administration to concede the property was his, so he was unable to sell it.
The whole attitude of the mayor's office and all concerned with this was tough. Live with it. Sue us if you have to. We're not wrong.
Kupek and his brother did sue, accusing the city of taking their property to use as a public park without any notice, consent, or payment of just compensation. The lawsuit pointed out the barricades and gate the city built, preventing the Kupeks from accessing the river.
If somebody takes something, it's stealing.
In its response, the city said an easement used to build a bike trail through the Kupek property allowed for construction of the dock. The suit dragged on for years, costing the Kupeks $50,000 in legal fees and preventing them from selling this land. Earlier this month, City Council voted to settle the suit, paying the Kupeks legal bills and clearing the property to be sold. Who's to blame for this?
The entire system failed on this one.
Councilman Dan Gilman says the dock was built without any review from council or city agencies that might have uncovered the ownership.
It was a one-off decision made by somebody in City Hall to go ahead and build a dock that there was no approval for. And now we've seen the spiral effect, and guess who gets punished by it? The taxpayers.
That came as a shock to some of the taxpayers who use the dock.
That's unbelievable. I guess that they should check things out before they spend our money.
Even worse, there's a chance the dock could disappear after the property is sold. The buyer is Alcosan, the sewage authority. Councilman Corey O'Connor, whose father's name is on the dock, is an Alcosan board member. The big question is, what's going to happen to the dock?
It's a very good question. Don't know at this point.
He says Alcosan may need to remove the dock as part of a multi-billion-dollar project to keep sewers from overflowing into the rivers. Losing the dock would be a disappointment to O'Connor and those who use the dock.
People enjoy it. It'd be a shame if they block everybody out of here.
There's just no access for people who live in Pittsburgh, and you have this wonderful water.
I tried to reach former Mayor Ravenstahl and Kevin Quigley, the former public works official who led the effort to build the dock. Now, I got no response from the former mayor. A spokesman for the county controller's office, where Quigley now works, said he could not comment because he actually signed a confidentiality agreement when he left the city. That's what he said.
All right. So the big question: what's going to happen next? Did you know?
Well, Alcosan says they still don't know what they're going to do with the dock. It's going to be might be a couple years before they find out, but we'll certainly be following.